Hello and welcome to this edition of School Notes. I'm Diana Galata. This month, nearly 1,300 students from Hampton's 4 high schools graduated in ceremonies held at the Hampton Coliseum. Students earned a combined total of more than $30 million in grants and scholarships. Students were accepted to over 70 colleges and universities. Here are some excerpts of the valedictorians' parting words to their peers at the graduation ceremonies.
Each and every one of you deserves a standing ovation. I know as well as you the exhausting frustration. Every other week I could have used a vacation, so you most of all should understand my fixation on the marvel of our endurance. 4 years have flown by, and whether or not you think that it's taken too much of our time, this day of graduation has finally arrived.
We all make mistakes. Last time I checked, we're all human. So don't worry too much if you slip up once in a while. The important thing about mistakes is to transform them into lessons.
However, whether it's going to college, applying for work, or enrolling in the military, we are all responsible to make our own decisions as adults. It is important to remember that everything will figure itself out, so we should never let the fear of failure get in our way.
The uncertainty of the road less traveled can be overcome by the personal fulfillment of conquering new challenges. No, it won't always be easy. We will most certainly try, fail, and try again before succeeding, but the failures will be ours.
If you missed watching graduations live on television or streaming on the internet, you can still catch them on Channel 46, YouTube, and Facebook. Students from Phoebus High School graduating with highest honors donned their caps and gowns early to visit 8th grade students at Sims Middle School. The students marched into the auditorium to cheers and applause and had the opportunity to share their high school experiences with the younger students. The seniors, along with Phoebus principal Mark Hudson, shared inspirational words with students about the importance of starting now to work toward their graduation goals.
Your next 4 years, you're going to start off, you're going to be nervous in 9th grade. Don't take it as a joke. 9th grade is one of the most important years because you have to get your grades then starting off. If you want to get highest honors, you're trying to get honors, you're trying to get into your college, you got to get everything started off in your 9th grade year. Don't wait. No procrastination. Then moving on, you're going to make it to your senior year and you got to get everything turned in. Don't have anything late. Make sure everything's done. Make sure you respect your teachers because your teachers are the ones that are going to help you when you need extra help. So do everything you're supposed to do and you can get there.
I think our middle school students need to see and understand the hard work that it's going to take starting in 8th grade prior to moving into 9th grade, that they have to focus on their classes. They need to bring a sense of maturity and a sense of drive when they come to us in high school, that their grades are very important. Coming to school every day is important.
Students from all over Hampton City Schools participated in oyster restoration by planting oysters in the Elizabeth Lakes in Hampton. With the help of Oyster Reef Keepers of Virginia, teachers and students earned to grow and monitor their oysters during the school year.
We got awarded a $360,000 3-year grant. And one of the projects for that in training teachers in environmental literacy and environmental education on the Chesapeake Bay, the students from 9 different schools, elementary, middle, and high schools, and 18 teachers have been actively involved in this. And they would be actually bringing their students out and they will be actually planting them on the oyster bed, an oyster reef that's right out there.
Not here by the tree, and then we'll come over here and we'll make a circle.
I wish humans wouldn't impact the environment so negatively.
It's a really exciting project for students because students enjoy the hands-on component of things. They see the oysters, they measure the oysters, they see the little creatures that live on the oysters. So there's little shrimp, little crabs, little worms, all these little creatures are on their oysters. So it gives them exposure to nature.
So we are at this end of Elizabeth Lake right here. So really what we're doing up here, you know, flows all the way down Hampton River and out into the bay.
My wish was that it helps filter out the pollution and makes the water cleaner.
Got 1 cup in each hand. Save me a trip.
Oysters are amazing for the ecosystem. They filter water, they provide habitat, they provide shoreline protection, they provide food in the ecosystem. Oysters are considered a keystone species, in fact, because they are so important to a healthy ecosystem. They provide habitat not only for other oysters, but for hundreds of other creatures. The students are helping the river to be healthier, so it builds that environmental stewardship piece where the students are interested in helping the environment and they are able to help the environment.
Recently, the Hampton City Schools Information Literacy Department hosted GooglePalooza, an event to help teachers integrate Google applications into their classrooms. Nearly 300 educators from the region attended to learn how to make their classrooms more efficient using Google Docs, Google Classroom, and Google Chromebooks.
When our students go out into the work world, these are the kinds of tools that their employers are going to expect them to need. To know how to use. These are the kinds of tools that their employers are going to expect them to know how to use. In addition, today we have a little makerspace, demonstration makerspace set up, and there we're talking about learning to code. We're talking about robots, using robots. We have some critical thinking activities for building things and using our engineering skills. What we're hearing from employers are, we need students who aren't good at picking the right letter answer. We need students who can think critically, think on their feet, know how to use tools to problem solve. And so those are the kinds of skills that we are trying to help our teachers learn so that then they can better help their students learn them as well.
All of my students have iPads, and I'm going to hopefully set up Google Classroom so that we can work toward a paperless classroom and do everything online. I'm excited that Hampton has so much technology for our students. It seems like we're kind of above and beyond all the other school systems. So it's making our students more prepared for the future.
We took a class on differentiation, on how to, like I said, kind of really target the needs of my students who are weaker in areas, and then really expand on the students who understand the more basic concepts and learn to build and layer on those experiences and give them more than what I've been able to give before versus paper and pencil that I've used in the past.
Well, my favorite thing so far has been the Breakout EDU. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's an opportunity for students to work with their digital skills and information literacy skills and content. And they have to do some problem solving and collaboration to figure out a way to find the clues to break out of the digital session or the digital box. Lots of fun. I think if you haven't been to GooglePalooza before, it's definitely something you want to try. Opportunities to learn a lot and of course network with people from all over the area. So that's a good thing.
Let's check out what people are sharing on our social media outlets. On Facebook, you can see photos of principals, assistant principals, and teachers participating in Leverage Leadership Professional Development Training. There are also many photos from all 4 high school graduations. Mrs. Ellis's 4th grade class at Tyler Elementary School visited 2 kindergarten classrooms to perform their readers' play, The Hip Hop Gingerbread Boy. 4th grade students then worked one-on-one with kindergarten students, practicing sight word recognition. On Twitter, Della Jordan, the graduation specialist at Bethel High School, shared summer reading recommendations to all high school grade levels. And finally, Phoenix Health and Medical students made first aid kits for refugee families and lunches for the Downtown Soup Kitchen. Before we go, we wanted to share video highlights from field day events across the district. Students had a lot of fun together during those last days of school, celebrating all of their hard work through the school year. We hope everyone has a safe and fun summer. And remember to do some reading during your time off from school. Remember, it's every child, every day, whatever it takes. We'll see you next time.